And welcome back to another stream here of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. If you're catching this on Twitch, thank you for joining. If you're checking this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hope y'all enjoy the content. As we have made it close to the halfway point in the season, Week 7, Georgia is 5-0 on the season here now. And this week we're going to take on Mississippi State. We'll take a look at the team here. Let's just kind of take some brief look maybe at what the Heisman watch is. Not that we have anybody, and we don't. Malachi Coleman has had a monster season for Nebraska. Longest numbers. A.J. Jefferson at UCF, former Arkansas quarterback Riley Leonard, leading the Golden Domers there. Let's just take a look at what Mississippi State has done so far this year. Go up here to team schedule. And we'll scroll on down to Mississippi State. And Mississippi State is 4-1, kind of surprisingly, based on kind of their talent level, but they've had a weaker start to the season. Did take down FCS Midwest 28-10 in Week 1. Were able to go on the road and take down Arizona State in Week 2, 20-17. They beat Toledo by 2, 46-44. Did beat Florida 42-40 in the Dan Mullen Bowl. Before going on the road before their bye week and losing 45-20 to Texas. So Mississippi State kind of took advantage of a weak beginning of the season, and now they're in their gauntlet stage. They're coming off a loss, but did have the bye week before we see them. Let's take a look at this team. We got Blake Shapen, redshirt senior, starting for them at quarterback. Looks okay, for a redshirt senior. He's certainly nothing special, but been around the block and does have some good short intermediate accuracy there. Running back, we got Devon Booth, number 9. He's an elusive back. Elusive back that's not overly fast, nothing special. We got Kayvon Lee here, a redshirt senior, 6 foot, 225, more of the power back type. It actually does have a little bit more speed than Booth does. And last we have Jeffrey Pittman, another senior here, number 25, so 9, 24, 25. Booth and Lee looks like they're going to be the main two guys there. Got Kelly Acaraya. Kelly Acaraya, number 1. Good speed, 6'1", 200, just a kind of a good blend, solid wide receiver. We got Kevin Coleman, number 6. We got Kobe McCollum, number 88. We got Creed Whitemore, sophomore. And if they do use him, we got Jordan Mosley, number 18. So looks like these are kind of going to be the top guys we're looking for. Akahare and Coleman. Sato Traore here at tight end. Number 82. Got Justin Ball at tight end as well. Left tackle, it's not great. Redshirt junior Pounders. Left guard, we got Jacoby Jackson and Jackson LaHue if they decide to use him. Neither one of them are overly special. Got a good center here, though, and Ethan Miner, redshirt senior. Played a lot of ball. Very good overall there. And a pretty decent little bit down here, dip down here, as we got Marlon Martinez at right guard. We got Albert Reese at right tackle. So outside of the center, this is not a good offensive line at all. Should bode well for Georgia. Got DeMonte Russell here at left end. We got Trevion Williams at right end. Neither one of them are overly special, but solid enough players with really good size to try to plug up those rushing lanes. At defensive tackle, we got Eric Taylor. Shout out to Friday Night Lights. 6'4", 310, good body. Not very athletic, of course, but very strong. Solid run defender. Does have good power moves, too. Actually, the better run defender here would be Calvin Dinkins with that with the bull rush there, or block shedding. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm saying bull rush. So yeah, those are the top 2 defensive tackles. You got John Lewis at outside linebacker, pass coverage type, very good athlete. Let's take a look and see what his zone is. Yeah, he's a passable pass rusher if he has to be. Decent man in zone, nothing special there. We got Stone Blanton, number 7 junior, mixing in with Brandon Jennings at a middle linebacker there. Both just okay athletes. We got Jave Gilmore and Ty Cooper at right outside linebacker. Again, nothing overly special. This is not a great Mississippi State team. Not expected to win a whole lot more than what they've already won, to be honest. Got Bryce Pollock at corner, Amari Rogers at corner, got Rylan Lanier, Diego Brumfield, just kind of guys. I mean, especially with their classifications. But a guy like Pollock and maybe Rogers could get into the mid to upper 80s, but not great players as of right now. Got Hunter Washington at free safety, number 21, Chris Keys, number 27. Solid guys. Again, nothing special. And the same here for Corey Ellington, the senior strong safety. So not a great Mississippi State football team at all. A couple of guys on offense, for sure, with a solid quarterback. But really, the star being your center is typically not the kind of thing that bodes well. We do have, I know a couple, maybe not a couple, 1 or 2 commits that are coming in this week. Let's see if I can just figure out. AJ Mix, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So we've got a right guard coming in there. Autonato is not now. And we do have Josh Whitaker. So offensive line week here for sure. Visiting, we do have Quincy Keys at right end that's coming, meeting some alumni. Let's see. Florida. Got Emmanuel Wood, right outside linebacker, that we really need to make a push for, as Auburn has a pretty big lead with him. Dorsey, we've already had him come in. We've already had Flint come in. Let's see, that looks like it is it. So yeah, not really a whole lot of it, not kind of the big fun positions coming in, but a couple of guys along the line of scrimmage. And Georgia, I think, would be a big favorite here against a 4-1 Mississippi State team that they are very clearly better than. And I think before I do anything else, I think it's time to. I really want to use this Anthony Evans guy. I just do. I really want to utilize him. I have not got Thomas on the field really at all. So I think I'm going to use Anthony Evans. Just gives us a different look with Lovett playing so much in the slot, being able to utilize some speed on the outside. If he starts to struggle, which I'm not really expecting, could definitely obviously move back to Colby Young. I'm just not using Young a whole lot. So I think temporarily probably will utilize Evans a little bit more, especially against a secondary like this one that I think I can beat with speed a time or two. I think that's just kind of the play I want to go with and get some of these, get some guys that will be playing here next year. The ball a little bit more. So yeah, let's get this started. We're just going to wear the Reds. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's have a little fun. As this game will be played in Athens, another home game, a chance for Georgia to go 4-0 in the conference after a 2-0 start outside of conference. And red and black, Sanford Stadium. Crowd should be very excited. This is kind of the weaker part of the schedule. This particular game happens to be, but things are definitely going to be ramping up here pretty soon for the Georgia Bulldogs, as after they play Mississippi State next week, we will be going on the road to Texas, who I believe off the top of my head has 1 loss Obviously, a lot of talent there. So that'll lead us into the bye week before Georgia, Florida. But yeah, we're definitely, after this game, we're heading into a bit of a gauntlet. We do have a bye week mix in there. Again, we've been very lucky to stay relatively healthy as Anthony Evans fumbles the opening kickoff, but does recover. And we point out Oscar Delp here has done a fantastic job of making up for the loss of Brock Bowers. So Anthony Evans gets his first ever start and almost turns the ball over right away. So not exactly the start he's looking for, I'm sure. And Georgia's going to come out. The shotgun is going to have to take this one quick, and we get false starts by both guards without even a fake count or anything. So yeah, not a great start. Georgia comes out essentially in the same formation. Beck takes the snap, puts ETN in motion. They run the drag. Anthony Evans, oh, that's the kind of play Georgia was trying to set up and try to get Evans in the open field. If he could have gotten across that last guy there. There's a lot of green grass ahead of him. Mississippi State runs a 3-3-5. Beck takes the snap, hands it off to ETN. ETN doesn't get a whole lot there. Again, wearing the number 17 to show support for a former high school teammate. Beck with ETN behind him. It's a 3rd and 8. Let's see what Georgia draws up here. You're going to dump it off to Bell. Bell does not get up, 4th and inches. And Georgia's going to punt. Not exactly the greatest start of all time, but Thorson booms it away. The false start penalty really killed that drive. Georgia definitely had enough yardage there for a regular 10-yard situation, but instead they started off with a 1st and 15. We have Chapin come out here. We'll line up in the shotgun. See if Mississippi State, see what they try to do on offense. And he's immediately going to get sacked, wrapped up by Ellis Robinson and Kristen Miller. Very slow developing, like play action read there, trying to set up the deep shot, but that play took entirely too long to develop as Kristen Miller, the sophomore, is just, to me, he looks like an All-American. I'll be honest with you. He has been dominant throughout this season so far. Chapin comes back out. Again, of course, in the shotgun. It's a 2nd and 18. Play action. He gets sacked, and it's a fumble, and it is recovered by Georgia. Jalen Walker, as Kristen Miller and Warren Brinson both join in on the sack. Jalen Walker gets the fumble, and Georgia has the ball at the 4-yard line. And I think they're going to try to score quick here if I had to wager a guess. So the offense doesn't get the good start, but the defense does. Beck in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He gets it out to Lovett. That is a walk-in touchdown. And he's going to shoot the arrow into the crowd. Georgia up 7-0. Again, after the strip sack fumble, Mississippi State has had 2 plays on offense. They've been sacked twice, one causing a turnover. And here we go again. Georgia up 7-0, getting ready to kick off. 1 play, 4 seconds, 4 yards, 7 points. Thorson kicks it off well out of the, not out of the end zone, but it is a touchback there. 2 really bad plays for Mississippi State to start this game. The offensive line is not built at all to play against one the caliber of Georgia's team. They try to hand off here, and it is run down by Daniel Harris. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. Georgia has struggled some in the run, stopping the run here. We get a screen pass. Mondon is able to turn him inside. Ellis Robinson does miss the tackle before Raylan Wilson cleans it up. And finally, a positive play for Mississippi State. What do they look to do here? Shaping in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. They hit him with a touch pass, but it is no good. And Jalen Walker and I believe Ellis Robinson, no, Malachi Starks were able to lock him up. Mississippi State forced a punt for the first time this afternoon. Anthony Evans back there to catch it, takes it, jukes out both of those guys, kind of runs into Jalen Walker though and does get wrapped up. Well, been a lot of action already so far in this game. Let's see what Georgia can come up with. Got Evans in the slot. Beck sends him in motion. He gets Evans the ball. Evans uses his speed, gets past the linebacker there. Tried to cut it up maybe a little earlier than he should have. But they're trying to get this feature involved as much as possible. Beck in the shotgun, takes the snap. Gonna dunk it down. Nice catch by Oscar Delp. It's hard to give enough praise to Delp and what he's done so far this season. Has been just a seamless transition, taking over the role for Bowers as Beck takes the snap, hands off to Etienne. Etienne, nice juke. Almost gets another juke. Huge run for the talented tailback. And Georgia off to a really fast start. Beck takes the snap, gets the handoff, gets blockers out in front. Etienne, another little juke move there, gain of about 7. Kind of got hemmed up by his blockers. Maybe not showing the proper patience there. But nonetheless, a successful rush attempt. It is 2nd and 3 for Georgia. Beck takes the snap, tries to find. He dumps it off to Branson Robinson late there. Beck does take a shot, but it is a first down. Georgia rolling early. Beck audibles. Calls a timeout, calls an audible, is able to dump it down there to Dylan Bell for a nice gain. Georgia is rolling on offense. They decide to flip the play. It's a 2nd and 2. What is Beck trying to draw up? He takes the snap. He tries to dump it off to Etienne, but gets hit before he can get the ball off. But we have a 3rd and 2. Screenplays have been hit or miss for Georgia so far this year, but they're trying to get the ball out to Etienne as fast as possible. Branson Robinson in the backfield takes the snap, tries to cut it back, and is able to get around the offensive line for a first down carry. 5 yards on his first touch of the game. Georgia looking for another score here. Got Dylan Bell and Lovett out to Beck's left. He takes the snap. That is going to be intercepted as Beck has yet again made a bad decision in the red zone, trying to get too aggressive. Beck's 6th interception in as many games, thwarting another scoring opportunity for Georgia. Christian Miller gets the tackle there. Just really disappointing. Georgia's offense has probably tried to get too cute at times in the red zone in a more congested area, especially when over the last couple of weeks they've really been able to run the football well. Just missing scoring opportunities. And this is already one of the highest scoring offenses in all of college football, but they are letting points off the board entirely too much. And that is going to be a pick 6. Dalen Everett's 3rd of the season. Hit him with the arrow. Georgia up 14-0, assuming Woodring makes this kick, and he does. Dalen Everett has had 3 interceptions this season. All of them have been taken back to the house. It makes up for Carson Beck's mistake just a couple of plays prior. and Thorson boots it into the end zone, and it is taken to a knee. Mississippi State gets the ball out of the 20. Shaping 2 running backs in the backfield for them here. Let's see, they do hand it off with a quick run, and Georgia just not allowing it today. They just aren't. Mondin helps wrap up the tackle there. It is 2nd and 12. Mississippi State really wide set here. A wide receiver all the way at the sideline to the left. Runs a power play. Braylon Wilson blows it up. It's 3rd and 10. This is not a great offensive line. Can Georgia continue to get pressure? And they do. Jalen Walker, Michael Williams should be a combined sack, and Shaping slow to get up. And Georgia is going to force the punt. This honestly, this feels like a case of being outmanned if you're Mississippi State, at least early. Georgia's not making mistakes as Anthony Evans almost takes that one to the house, takes it all the way back to the Mississippi State 30-yard line. The speedster just trying to make a name for himself. He's been given more opportunities here by Will Brown. Let's see if he continues to make the most of it. He gets Dylan Bell across the middle. Beck does. Gain of 7. Beck moving up in the pocket there. They come out 3 wide, Delp in at tight end. Let's see what Georgia can draw up here. That is Delp all the way, and that is a touchdown. The tight end shoot the arrows. Georgia running away with this one early, as expected. Again, this is a Mississippi State team that is overmanned. There's not a single position they really match up well with Georgia, and it is clearly showing. Georgia is faster, they're more physical, more explosive. Just not really much at all is going Mississippi State's way, as they are currently at negative 24 yards rushing. He does hand the ball off. Michael Williams blows it up. Michael Williams off to a good start today. Already 2 tackles for loss and a half sack. Shaping in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Mondin in the hole. Mondin had a great finish to the last game there. Meets David Booth in the hole and shuts it down. 3rd and 10, 5 wide here for Shaping. Takes the snap. Tries to take a shot deep, and he hits him. Wow. Georgia, he's going to get away. On a 3rd and 10, a 75-yard touchdown for Mississippi State. They tried to press him. He was able to get behind the defense. He breaks 2 tackles. Kevin Coleman with a huge play for the maroon and white Bulldogs there. Everett probably could have just gone for knocking the ball away. Instead went for an interception, and Coleman makes him pay for the aggressiveness there. Huge play for Mississippi State. If you're a Maroon Bulldog fan, you're certainly hoping that maybe that kind of gets some momentum back in your favor. Your defense hasn't stopped Georgia's offense, outside of Georgia's offense stopping themselves with an interception. Arian Smith takes the catch. Nice move. Gets up. Arian Smith, a lot like Anthony Evans, super fast kid. Somebody the team really liked, tried to get involved. Hasn't overly worked out. He's done a nice job as a kick returner this year when given the option. Beck audibles Etienne to his left. He hands the ball off. It's set up pretty nice, and Etienne is just quick feet so far today. Etienne off to a hot start. Georgia comes out in the bunch. ETN to Beck's right. Beck takes the snap. ETN gets the carry. Another juke. He's to the outside. Spin move. ETN inside the 40, almost to the 35. 5 carries, 59 yards. The junior off to an exceptional start, as it just looks like Mississippi State is going to have no answers for this offense if Beck avoids mistakes, if Georgia avoids turnovers. What really can they do? Lovett underneath, gain of 11. Georgia just keeps things rolling. 2 catches, 15 yards, and a touchdown already here for Dominique Lovett. Beck takes the snap. Going to hit his tight end, Urasek, gain of 9. Urasek hasn't created a whole bunch of big plays down the field, but he has been very solid for Beck when he has attempted to get him the ball. And we get the end of the first quarter, Georgia up 21-7. Beck already with 2 touchdown passes, 97 yards, completing 85% roughly. Does have the interception, of course. Not what you want to see, but it's always something to improve on, no matter how good the offense is. Beck takes the snap. Looks like he's got Dylan Bell, but that ball is knocked away. Didn't get quite enough loft on that throw. Got the look he's looking for as Bell did beat Rogers off the line of scrimmage, but was unable to complete the pass. Beck hands the ball off to Branson. Branson is locked up in the backfield. Stone Blanton. Really nice play. Georgia smelling blood in the water. I think they're going to go for this 4th and 3. They have not consistently shown that they can stop you being Mississippi State. He takes the snap, dumped down. There's Anthony Evans for the completion. And Georgia with a 4th down completion there for a 1st down. Beck in the shotgun. He's going to try to fit that into that ball. That's just an awful, no reason for Beck to make that throw. Can Lovett chase him down? He does. Just an awful decision. Saul Bell coming across the field. Just an absolutely horrific decision for Beck. Being too aggressive, there's no reason for that. Had several downs to try to score there. Booth up the middle, big run. And this defense has to be a little shell-shocked. No reason for them to be on the field yet. Just a really poor decision. Booth again gets the ball, breaks a tackle, gains about 3. Brought down finally by Malachi Starks and I believe Raylan Wilson. Just what was Beck thinking at that point? Just throw the ball away if nothing else. Raylan Wilson does wrap up Booth, but it is a gain of 10 for the 1st down. And Georgia all of a sudden struggling. Chapin drops it off. Nazir Stackhouse shuts it down. Tackle for loss there. Good play by him, able to get the penetration and knock it down. Booth. Oh, a read option. Chapin. That's going to be a touchdown. Georgia should be up way up in this game. And instead, 2 Carson Beck interceptions inside the 10-yard line have allowed Mississippi State to stay in this game, and we're getting another roughing the kicker, it looks like, off of Ellis Robinson.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Mississippi State kicks that ball out of the end zone over the head of Anthony Evans. Georgia back out on the field. We can see head coach Will Brown barking in Beck's ear. Take care of the football. He hands the ball off to ETN. ETN tries to cut it back, is unable to do so. A gain of 2. Beck at times is just trying to make too many big plays, it seems like. That was like a highlight reel effort from a guy that's usually so stoic, has been so cool and calm and composed, even when he has thrown interceptions. Is Evans down the sideline. It's a nice way to fill up the stat sheet for Carson Beck while getting Anthony Evans involved. See what Georgia draws up here. They send Oscar Delp in motion. Got blocking. Can Bell get up the field? Gain of 4. Beck back out again with ETN to his left. Carson Beck takes the snap, the handoff. ETN with a nice juke move, tries to lower his shoulder, but is brought down after the first down run. 7 carries, 69 yards, making his statement felt, making his presence felt, excuse me. Beck fakes the handoff. That's a dot. Anthony Evans again. They are getting the sophomore involved. Evans, though, appears to be a little shaken up. It does look like they are going to send, yes, we're seeing Colby Young come back out there. Evans just a little banged up, took a shot on that play. That is kind of the positive. So you get the young guy involved, and you still have a good player behind him in Colby Young, who has made some really nice plays for Georgia this year. Just hasn't gotten a lot of them, as Lovett on the whip route drops it right in the middle of the field. Very unlike the superstar senior. As Beck calms him down, Beck has, of course, made 2 mistakes already in this game. Beck, the handoff, ETN gets through, gain of about 4, is 3rd and 6. Beck looks over to the sideline, trying to see what Coach Will Brown wants to run. Coach Brown definitely has a lot of confidence in his quarterback, despite Beck having a couple of mistakes here. That's a really nice throw to Colby Young up the seam. And they come out in the same formation. Delp to his right, ETN to Beck's left. He hands it off. ETN is in. He dives over, scores the touchdown. I believe that's ETN's 5th of the season. And Georgia back up a couple of scores. Much better drive for the Dogs. A much better result. Beck did not make the crucial mistake there. A couple of really nice throws. And ETN punches it in. Red Dogs over Maroon Dogs. With a little over 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Nice little return from Mississippi State there. And Chapin comes back out. He has been getting beat up in this game. Him and Booth did just have a good last drive. Chapin takes it in on the read option. He hands off to Booth. Booth gets tackled by Malachi Starks, just a gain of 3. Malachi really comes up well from the free safety spot. Chapin, Booth to his left. A stacked wide receiver. Oh, he hands it off. Georgia thought that was going to be an RPO pass out, but Booth able to get a good carry there, brought down by Daniel Harris. Booth beside Chapin. Booth takes the snap. It's a pass. They run Georgia's own mesh concept against them. And gets a 1st down. Chapin again with Booth to his right. Booth looks like he's gassed. A play action pass. They dump it off. Brought down by Ellis Robinson. That was tight end Tadre. Chapin in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it off. Booth, despite being a little winded, still trying to put that offense on his back. A gain of 4. It's 3rd and 6. Stacked wide receiver look. And, oh, he just barely led the receiver too far. Got the look. The 2 defensive backs for Georgia actually kind of crossed over each other. That could have been a huge play and a missed field goal. Georgia gets a chance with good field position to score a touchdown, or at least get into field goal range here before the end of the first half. Beck fakes the handoff, but he's pressured immediately and down for the sack. Travion Williams. Beck. If you're going to have that at times with those play action passes, you just don't quite have enough time if the blocking doesn't hold up, you know, immediately. Beck, 3 wide. Takes the snap, dumps it to Oscar Delp for a nice gain there as we head to the 2-minute warning. That's going to set Georgia up with a 3rd and 9. So certainly not the look you're overly happy with, but this is a little more manageable than it was heading into it. 3rd down look. Let's see what Georgia tries to dial up. Oh, gets past the line of scrimmage, actually does complete the pass, but Beck looked like he was just going to take what the defense gave him, saw Bell break open, and Georgia will be forced to punt. Beck has been a little shaky so far in this game. Thorson gets a decent enough punt away. Mississippi State will start off with the ball at the 27. And Georgia get another stop here before halftime. Mondin was in a good spot. Tried to crash down. As looks like Whitmore is banged up there after the catch. Mondin was in a good spot, tried to come down and cover the running back, left his zone just enough for Chapin to thread the needle there. Really good throw by the quarterback. Mondin dumps it off. Chapin drops it off, does get a completion, a gain of 6. About a minute and a half left here in the first half. Chapin takes the snap. And they get Georgia napping. Malachi Starks is able to push the receiver out of bounds, but a huge play. Mississippi State trying to make this a 1-possession game before halftime. Georgia's going to swarm that to Booth. Loses a yard. Ellis Robinson with the tackle for loss. Here's that that's kind of stacked wide receiver look here. That is just giving Georgia problems, and that is a touchdown from Chapin over to his wide receiver, just running wide open. Georgia might have to kind of switch things up there. Oh, we're going to get a Booth review. And it sticks. Mississippi State again makes it a 1-score game. 40 seconds left here before the half. Have to think Georgia is going to try to get points on the board here for sure. They do have 2 speedsters back here at Arian Smith and Anthony Evans, always down to take one to the house, but Arian Smith gets locked up. Let's see what Georgia tries to pull out here. They go 5 wide. Helping the slot to Beck's right. And he does find Delp. He floats it. Huge play. Delp's going to get out of bounds close to midfield. They left Delp running wide open. Georgia. Almost to midfield, 28 seconds left. They have all 3 timeouts. Can he get it to Lovett? He does, but he's knocked away. I think what Beck was trying to do was lead him a little bit more on that play, but was unable to do so. It's Humphreys up the field. Georgia, I think they're going to try to go. They're going to try to take the snap here, and they do get it off. Dealt, unable to grab it. 11 seconds left for Georgia. Probably should have just taken a timeout there to really get the play that they wanted to in there, see what the defense was looking like. Love it in the slot. Knocked away. Beck a little late on the throw there. So you're close to Woodring's range. You do have a timeout. You just try a quick pass. Try to get down. I think that's what they're going to try to do. And it's not really going to work. 56-yarder. There's 3 seconds left. Georgia's going to try to kick the field goal. Woodring, I think, does have the leg for this. And he shanks it. Just an awful kick. Georgia stays up 7, heading into halftime. A really unclean first half for Georgia. The defense dominated for stretches of it. 2 Beck interceptions really hurt. Georgia does get a pick 6 by Dalen Everett, his 3rd of the season there in the first half. Here, Chapin with the read option rushing touchdown he got. That is the long touchdown they had there towards the end of the first half for Mississippi State. And let's see what this is from Beck. This is the touchdown to Delp. Yep, nice play there. Let's kind of take a quick look at the stats and just kind of eyeball maybe who Georgia needs to focus on, and particularly in that passing game. He's used Kevin Coleman a whole lot. Kevin Coleman's got 2 scores, including the 75-yarder. Booth has not really done a whole lot. Got a Acaraya. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Sorry, Acaraya. The senior has had 1 big catch. Whitmore just the 1 catch. He does seem like he is fine. Georgia's going to kick off to the Maroon Dogs. Thorson boots it. Georgia has heavily controlled portions of this game. It really looked like at one point in time this was going to turn into a blowout, but credit to Mississippi State, they're hanging around. What Georgia has done this year is wear opponents down and finish strong in the 4th quarter. Booth gets swallowed up by Michael Williams. Another game with multiple tackles for loss. That's his 3rd one of the game. Mississippi State has had no answer on the offensive line. That's a run by Booth. He gets brought down by a host of Dogs after a gain of 3. Let's see what Chapin can do. That stack. Running that stack wide receiver look. Expect Georgia to go man here. And they do. And that one's completed. Nice catch out there for Mississippi State. Didn't catch exactly who it was. Chapin gets the call from the sideline. Puts his receiver in motion. It's an RPO. He tries to dump it off, but it's incomplete. Ellis Robinson was there anyway. Really was probably just a good thing for Mississippi State that they were unsuccessful there. They lost 4 or 5 yards. Again, puts the receiver in motion, hands it off to Booth. Booth this time is able to make a move. Nice little run, but Booth is banged up. Looks like something with his foot or his ankle. Booth has been very, very heavily involved. 3rd and 3. What can Mississippi State dial up here? 3 wide receivers. He's going to dump it off Mondin. Oh, he breaks the tackle from Mondin. Oh, that one hurts if you're Georgia. You had the guy, just didn't make the play. Let's see what Mississippi State decides to do here. 1st and 10. They get a handoff, but Michael Williams is able to get off his block and shuts it down there. Kayvon Lee is able to make a nice play on the 3rd down, but was locked up there. Chapin tries to run the read option, but he gets banged around there. A loss of 1. Georgia again has Mississippi State in a 3rd and long. Mississippi State running a big bunch way out to the right. He tries to dump off, but he gets hit as he tries to get it away. Mississippi State's going to have to punt. Georgia back in action. Georgia's really ran the ball well. They've also been very pass happy. That punt is shanked a little bit, but it's going to end up being nice. Perfect punt. Perfect punt. Sorry for what I said. That was exactly what you're looking for there. Nice punt for Mississippi State. Georgia inside their 5. Big thing down here, taking care of the football ETN. Not a whole lot of room to run there. Georgia trying to get out from the shadow of their own goalposts. Beck takes the snap. Quick little, oh my God, almost intercepted, but Lovett finds a way to catch it and gets a 1st down. Lovett, another game without really any explosive plays, but a really nice grab there. Got Delp over the middle, nice catch. Delp has created so many big plays for this Georgia offense this year. Beck in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hits Lovett down the field there. Hits him up the seam. Gets the look he wants. Beck, credit to him despite the 2 interceptions. The first 2 interception game of his career. He's going to be aggressive. He's going, this team has 0 problems putting the ball in his hands and seeing if he can lead them to victory. Mississippi State looks like they're crowding the line. That's going to be a touchdown. Dylan Bell. Mississippi State gets aggressive. Beck audibles and heaves a deep pass to Dylan Bell down the sideline. Bell has maybe not had the season that he has wanted so far, but that's a big play. Beats his man off the line. The free safety, being so close to the line of scrimmage, is not anywhere close to being able to catch up to him. That is I believe a 34-yard touchdown, and Georgia from the shadow of their own end zone goes 96 yards in 6 plays. Again, giving them a 2-score cushion, and the kick is away. Mississippi State will start off the ball at their own 14-yard line. Oh, Booth with a good carry. Does get wrapped up by Dalen Everett before he's able to break it completely out wide. Booth's had a good game. They've really utilized him a lot. He got 17 carries. A lot more runs than what we were used to out of the Mike Leach version, RIP, of the Mississippi State offense. Booth gets locked up there by Malachi Starks, fails to get the 1st down. It is 3rd and 2. What? Can Mississippi State get the 1st down? They hand it off to Boo, but he gets annihilated by Warren Brinson. 4 tackles for loss for Brinson today. Mississippi State forced a punt. Georgia can yet again put some distance between them and the Maroon Dogs. Anthony Evans, a little banged up, doesn't really have the explosiveness right now, but with a nice return. Beck lines up. Georgia in the bunch, hands off. Trevor Etienne. Etienne bounces it outside, gains about 8. Etienne closing in. Should comfortably end up with 100 yards before this game is over. Mississippi State again looks like they're trying to crowd this Georgia offense. It's maybe not the look that you really want here. Gets a one-on-one. Colby Young catches it down the field. Georgia's inside the 10. Mississippi State wants to bring the defensive backs up. Georgia is going to show that they are not afraid to take the big shots down the field. That is back-to-back. Huge passes on deep attempts for Beck. He takes the snap, or excuse me, puts Young in motion, hands it off. Etienne ends up rolling forward for about 3. He does get met in the backfield. Georgia, again, Mississippi State keeps crowding the line. They hand off Etienne. Etienne up the middle. That's a touchdown. Georgia back up. 3 scores. Etienne's big day continues. Really nice possession yet again from Georgia. Hit the deep pass to Colby Young, getting some playing time. Anthony Evans is just a little bit banged up. Yes, really nice possession. Etienne now over 100 yards for the 2nd time this season. You have to think if Georgia gets a stop here, I think you see a lot more of the Robinson duo here in the as we get closer to the 4th quarter. Etienne has definitely done his damage, but you certainly want to keep him healthy as you head towards the gauntlet of the season that begins next week with a trip to Texas. But before we get there, Georgia still has to finish off this game. Shapen in the shotgun, hikes it, play action. Tried to take a deep pass. Dalen Everett with an interception. That's a huge stop for Georgia. Dalen Everett's 2nd interception of the game, his 4th of the season. Actually, the first interception he's had this season that he didn't take to the house. Beck hands off again. Etienne unable to get around the edge there. Almost falls back below the 100-yard mark. Let's see what Georgia tries to draw up here on a 2nd and 11. Mississippi State backs off a little bit. That means Georgia is going to attack with the run. Etienne slams his body forward. Gain of 8 makes it a 3rd and 3. If you're Georgia here, you're certainly trying to get this first down, and you're trying to get another score here, get your starters out and off the field. That's gonna, oh no, a bad pass from Beck. He had Lovett streaking down the sideline, but doesn't quite get enough loft on the ball, doesn't get it out enough. But the field goal is good from Woodring. And Georgia is now up 45 to 21. Beck just barely missed what would have been a touchdown. Lovett beat his man off the ball. Beck just didn't quite get it out enough. His deep ball accuracy is not his strong suit, despite a couple of really nice throws today. But shaping this Mississippi State offense, really feel like they need to get a score right here if they want to try to make this game a competitive game in the 4th quarter. He tries to dump it out to Booth. Booth gets run down by a host of Georgia defenders. Booth's 3 catches have gone for just 6 yards. Chapin takes the snap, hands it off to Booth. Booth with a lot of really nice patience there. Nice run blocking up front. His 20th carry of the game. Definitely has been a leader for this offense and this team today, showing a lot of tenacity and toughness. Chapin, this may be again another run. Mondin cuts him down, a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Booth is definitely exhausted. Do they go to him again? And they do not read option. Set up really nicely though. Chapin is able to get the first down. Georgia's defense has seen Booth get the ball so much that the linebackers crash, and that opens up that rushing lane for Chapin. They stay at home that time, and he hands the ball off to Avon Lee, I believe it is, who just gains a couple. Chapin. Booth beside him. Booth again. Imagine that. Gets the ball. Warren Brinson shuts it down. And it's a 3rd and 8. And Georgia get the stop here defensively. And they do not. Nice play out wide there by Kevin Coleman. Nice route, catch, held on to it despite the hit from Aguero. Chapin keeping things moving. And we are now heading to the 4th quarter. Georgia clearly in control, but trying to put a strong finish up to the game here. 45-21. There's a look at your top 25 now. Again, Kansas State has moved into the 4th spot after Penn State's loss last week. Chapin in the shotgun. He takes the snap. And they beat him again down the field. Julian Humphrey has been beaten on a couple of quick, deep passes. Has been beaten off the line a couple of times, and Chapin has made him pay for it. Chapin 5 wide. Does lock up. Mondin locks up with his tight end, Traore. But Mondin does shut it down quick. It's a 2nd and goal. Puts his guy in motion, fakes the handoff. It's a run to Booth. Booth is now hurt again. He is really dealing with a lot of pain in this one. It's his 23rd carry. I think he has 3 catches as well. 26 touches against an aggressive Georgia defense. No, sir, not at all. Mondin shuts that one down. It is now tackles lead in the background. Is 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. Georgia got plenty of secondary help, and that ball is going to be picked off. Oh, Ellis Robinson tries to stop himself from going out of the end zone, is unable to do so. It's out at the 3. But Ellis Robinson, what his first interception of his career, and what a start it has been to his career here in Athens. One of the highest rated cornerback prospects of the last decade, and he has lived up to that billing so far. A nice run there by ETN gets him 17th carry, 115 yards, and it looks like Georgia is getting ready to bring in the Robinson boys, the big body guys, to finish this game off. Roderick has maybe not gotten as many touches as you would have thought heading into this season, but this has been ETN's backfield. And it looks like, again, they're going to try to press up on these Georgia receivers. Beck takes the snap, has plenty of time, dumps it off. Kobe Young going to get a first down there. He tried to set up the big pass play. I don't know if the defense was kind of looking for that, tried to set him up, but the cornerback was up on was up on Lovett, and then immediately sprinted back at the snap. Tried to trick Georgia, but there was not enough pressure by the Mississippi State defense as we get the first run of the day from Roderick Robinson. Gain of 3. We got ETN back out there again here on this snap. He gets the handoff from Beck. Gains about 5 ETN. Really, really good performance from him. Really good performance from this offensive line. Beck has stayed relatively clean for a lot of this game. And Beck takes the snap, hands it off. Big run from Trevor Etienne. They just can't keep him off the field. And he continues to make plays. Now 133 yards. He's one yard away from tying his season high. Got to think Georgia will at least give him another carry or 2 there. The handoff, Roderick Robinson bursting. Easy first down run. Georgia is rolling. Beck comes out under center. Branson Robinson behind him. Branson gets the carry up the middle, delivers the blow, breaks 2 tackles. Gain of about 7 there for the tough, hard-nosed running back coming off of a tough injury last year. Has really rebounded, having a pretty good season. Beck hands it off. Robinson eating up in the backfield there. 3rd and 4. Georgia gonna go 5 wide. And see what the defense gives them after the snap. They send the pressure, quick dump off to Humphreys. Humphreys gets up the field. Really nice play. Beckett, 356 yards and 3 touchdowns. Again, does have the 2 interceptions, but by and large has yet again been really good. Come out in the bunch formation. The handoff. Roderick Robinson, nice cut up. Roderick is having his way with a tired down Maroon Bulldog defense. They are having very little answer right now for Georgia's offense as a whole. And again, Robinson beside Beck. Beck takes the snap. And Roderick finds a way to still fall forward despite getting met in the backfield. Gain of 2. They come out in the same formation. And again, he hands it off to Roderick. 3rd and 6. Let's see what Georgia tries to go with here. Got Delp over the middle. That's another touchdown for Georgia. Oscar Delp. The sensational season continues in Georgia. Now I think can officially put in the backups for whatever is left of this game. However many more possessions the offense and defense gets. I think it's time to get the starters out. Mississippi State wanted to be aggressive. And Delp now over 100 yards. And we will, again, look to see all of the backups come in here. Georgia's certainly not wanting to get anybody hurt. Trying to give these young guys a chance to play. Sorry guys, I know this takes a minute to do this. I don't like how they develop. I'm trying to redshirt him. I might keep some of these other cornerbacks in here. Saw freshman Chris Peel. Yeah, I'm trying to redshirt him too. So we'll just kind of move Everett down. Let the usual corners get some more snaps. Can put KJ out there. We'll use Pope there. Let's kind of just go back through this. ETN, we'll put Cash Jones, give him some touches. If duty calls, leave that the same. Slot receiver, we will put Humphreys in there. Let's see, Gabe Harris there. Jalen Walker will put Damian Wilson back out there. Christian Miller, man, he's been a monster so far. Put Jordan Jarrett in at rush. Sub linebacker, we'll use Bowles and we'll take Wilson and put in CJ Allen. Slot corner, let's just put Daniel Harris. We'll kind of just swap that up a little bit. And yeah, we'll have the backups in. I'm sorry, there's not an easier way to do that. I know it makes for not super fun to watch part of the stream. And boots it away, 52-21, Georgia. Yet again, I mean, just wearing teams down in the second half of games. Clemson is the only team that's outplayed them in the second half so far this year. And even then, it was still not quite enough for the Tigers to get the victory. 52-21. Young guys all out there. Let's see who can make a little impression here as Lee joins Stapin in the backfield. Gets a quick dump off to a Traore there. Gain of 5. Again, the Mississippi State starters are in here, so if we see some struggles, it's not the biggest deal here for Georgia, but certainly going to try not to. CJ Allen is unable to get him. Chapin has to throw that ball away. Allen tries to chase him down there on the delayed blitz. Really nice little play design there for Georgia. Chapin. Little dump off. He gets knocked back. Might as well go for it if you're Mississippi State. You have nothing to lose. Might as well get some practice on your 4th and 1 here. Let's see if the Georgia defense can get a stop. They run the speed option. He does get it out, and Pope and Allen are not able, and Bowles are not able to get that shut down. Good way to get to the edge there for Mississippi State. That ball almost picked off by Daniel Harris. A really nice play by him. As we are now within 3 minutes of Georgia moving to 6-0 on the season. And with the win here, we might be looking at a couple of commitments from people that came in on visits as well. Again, Georgia's next game is going on the road at Texas. We'll get that game to you guys live on stream tomorrow, and we will get that uploaded on YouTube a couple of days afterwards. If you're watching this on there instead. That ball, nice little catch there, but didn't get anything to it as Bowles is able to tackle McCullum there. Georgia's youngsters trying to get a stop. Nothing would aggravate Coach Brown more than if they were to allow some points here. Chapin almost gets sacked, but does get the ball away, barely there. As Jamal Jarrett gets the pressure. Chapin, 4 wide. Lee beside him. Puts a guy in motion, fakes the handoff to him, kind of tries to run a wheel route to him, has to throw the ball away here as we hit the 2-minute warning. And Mississippi State is officially going to call it off. They're just going to punt the ball away. No reason to get your quarterback hit anymore. Georgia will certainly oblige. And as that is another really nice punt. As we see Gunnar Stockton come out. We'll probably hand the ball off a couple of times. Try to get a first down and get out of dodge. Roderick Robinson takes the carry. Another nice patient run for him. Gain of 7. Let's see this kind of what you call. Get out of it. Again, the two Robinson boys did not get a whole ton of carries today as Trevor Etienne had a huge day, but that is Branson. That's a big carry. And that will be the icing on the cake. We will see Gunnar Stockton take 2 kneel downs. But a really nice final exclamation point there on that one. And Stockton going to kneel it out. And Georgia is going to move to 6-0. And this clock is going to run out. Georgia 6-0 on the season. And that is it. Carson Beck, again, the player of the game. Did have 2 interceptions, but 4 touchdown passes. Georgia really did a nice job pulling away from Mississippi State in the second half. Again, this was a 28-21 game, I believe, at halftime. Georgia's just more talented than Mississippi State, and that finally played out in the end, despite them kind of letting Mississippi State hang around for a half. We'll go over the stats real quick. 29 of 37, 373, 4 tutties and 2 picks for Carson Beck. Trevor Etienne, 19 carries, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Roger Robinson, 6 for 39. Branson, 5 for 32. Again, a lot of the carries went to Etienne. He was having a lot of success. Was no real reason to shake things up. Wide receiver Delp, again, 6 for 107, 2 touchdowns. He looks like he is going to be an All-American for Georgia. I mean, this looks like he's going to be an All-American this year. He has come in and done an excellent job. Again, I know I've said it several times, but of replacing Brock Bowers this past offseason. Dominic Lovett, 6 for 51 to Tutty. Anthony Evans, 5 for 61. Dylan Bell, 5 for 61 and a long touchdown. Colby Young, 3 for 52. London Humphries, 2 for 25. Jurasek, 1 for 9. Branson also had a catch. We've got Warren Brinson, 10 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, insane game, half sack. Ellis Robinson, 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, half sack. Braylon Wilson, 9 tackles and a tackle for loss. Also had Christian Miller with another 4 up to 16 tackles for loss through 6 games. Michael Williams, 3 with a half sack. Christian Miller didn't have a sack as well. Jalen Walker, 3 tackles for loss and a half sack. Interceptions, we had Dalen Everett with 2, including another pick 6. His other interception was his first one that did not go back for a touchdown. Ellis Robinson, of course, with the interception. We'll take a look at Mississippi State. There it loads up in just a second. There it is, 22 for 32 for Shapen, 264, 2 touchdowns, but did throw the 3 interceptions. Booth was definitely the workhorse. Hopefully his injury is not anything too serious. 23 for 82. Shapen did have a rushing touchdown. Kayvon Lee, negative 2 yards on 3 carries. And Seth Davis did get the 1 carry for 3 yards. Got Acaraya here. 5 for 85. Coleman, 5 for 98 and 2 touchdowns, including a 75-yarder. McCullen, 4 for 35. And Lee did have an 11-yard catch, and Whitmore had the 120-yard catch. He got a little banged up on that one, but did come back. Ellington led the way for Mississippi State with 14 tackles, and the interception was definitely their standout player. Trevion Williams, 1 tackle for loss. John Lewis, 1 tackle for loss. Blanton, 1 tackle for loss, and Ellington again there. And Gilmore had 3 tackles and the other interception. So, a lot of positives. If you take away the 2 turnovers from Beck there inside the 10, I think you really have a big blowout win, excuse me, even more so than what the final score ended up being. We will advance the week. Got a big game, of course, coming up next. But we'll see if we get a commit, and we do. Quincy Keys 4-star right in. Gerald Flynn, 5-star free safety, the first 5-star we have got committed here. Got a nice old beard there. And yeah, just keeping it moving along. Nothing really affecting us on the week-to-week basis there as far as the my school update. First, for a lot of guys, we did lose Emmanuel Wood. That was expected. Dorsey, as I expected. You know, we had taken the lead after our visit, but then Oregon got him in. We did lose that 5-star, but we did get this 5-star to officially commit. Kristen Miller, for the 3rd time, SEC Defensive Player of the Week. He has been sensational this year. Kristen Miller, National Defensive Player of the Week. Good for him. We will check out the scores, and I will hop off. We moved down to number 2. Just noticed that. Let's see. So we win 52-21, but they moved Ohio State ahead of us after they took down Oregon 31-28. Okay. You keep winning, things will work themselves out, and that is going to be another top 5 matchup for us against Texas this upcoming week. Take a look at the top 25, and we will be done for the day. You obviously had us taking down Mississippi State. Texas survives the Red River rivalry, takes down Oklahoma, hands in their 2nd loss of the season, 24-20. Iowa over Washington, 20-10. Notre Dame over Stanford, 24-16. UCLA 21, Minnesota 14. Again, we just saw Ohio State goes to Oregon with a really impressive win. Now that's probably the most impressive win of the season, even over our trip to Alabama. They'd be pretty similar though. Alabama's ranked higher right now, but we'll put them in a similar boat there. Rutgers 48-27. Rutgers 6-0. Okay, up to number 11. Alabama 24-21. Arizona State bounces back 32-29. They're up to 3-3 and back ranked on the season with a win there at BYU. UCF 34-24 over Cincinnati. Penn State bounces back, or actually no, they lose 20-17 at USC. LSU, in a high-scoring affair, takes down Ole Miss at home 56-35. Utah 24-22 over Arizona State. Kansas State stays undefeated, barely scraping by Colorado there with a 30-24 win. And that is going to be it for me today. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this on Twitch, you know, leave a follow if you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube at a later date, you know, if you're enjoying it, like and subscribe. Leave me any feedback, anything at all that you would like. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really enjoying this. Cannot wait to get the lower tier Dynasty going, just to give me a different look, but really loving playing with Georgia again for the first time in many years. So thank you guys. Until next time.